Good morning, Year 7. Today we're going to continue practicing the writing skills that we need to have as we go up through the school, using the Wind in the Willows as a basis for that. So you're going to write the opening of a play version of the Wind in the Willows. If you remember way back at the start of this term, you've listened rather to the audio book, didn't you? But I think, in fact, I know we saw a play version of it at school before Christmas. So your title is The Wind in the Willows as a play. You're going to need a pen, your exercise book, and your copy of The Wind in the Willows. So write the title into your book, underline it, and then on to the next slide. See if you can remember which character said right at the start of the book, "Oh, hang spring cleaning." When you've think you've got the right answer, go on to the next slide. And of course, it was Mole right at the start of the book when he suddenly gets, all restless because spring has arrived, and he goes up and up and up, doesn't he? And he to surface in the meadow near the rabbits, and he says, "Oh, hang spring cleaning," and then he goes off on an adventure which lasts more than a year, in fact. Right, so we're going to be writing. You're going to write just 12 lines of dialogue, which is speech between two characters, but it needs to be laid out in a certain way. You need to recognise this. This is important for your GCSE. So obviously, that's a long way off, but we start teaching you about these things quite early on. So by the time they get there, they're like second nature to you. So you're going to write the opening of a play involving characters, your character from yesterday and another character of your choice. Now, look at this. There's the a bit of extract from a play there on the right. Stage directions. Every time a character speaks, before they speak, there is a stage direction which is telling the actor what he or she should do, and that is always in brackets and in italics, as you can see there. And then the characters' names are printed and their words underneath or next to them. No speech marks are needed. All right, all will become, have a look at that slide and a read of it, and all will become clear as you go on to the next slide. Now, remember yesterday, the character that you were yesterday, where you wrote your first person account of the Battle for Toad Hall? Well, I want you to be that character again today, and you're going to write a piece of the play that doesn't exist, so it doesn't have to be like anything in the play already. And I want you to say how your character arrives and what they look like in italic writing. What is their first line to whoever it is that they speak to? That's all entirely up to you. And what do they tell him or her about? The wild wood, the river, what. So I'll go to the next slide, and I've done an example for you, and hopefully you'll be good to go after. Now, your task, which you're going to upload onto class charts, is to write a minimum, that's at least 12 lines. You can write more if you want. That's 6 lines for each character of dialogue between your character and one of the other characters. For example, if I was Toad, I might write this. Here's the stage directions before we start, in brackets, in italic, which is when it leans over slightly. Getting up quickly to greet Badger. Toad, in capital letters with a colon there. "Hello, Badger, fancy seeing you here. Have you come to see my new car?" And then stage directions in italics, in brackets again, looking sternly at Toad. Badger, in capital letters with a colon. "No, I have not. I've been told that you've been wasting your money again, and I've come to see that you stop at once." So that will be 2 lines of the 12 minimum that I'd like you to write. So off you go. Any problems, the email's on class charts, and you've got a reading lesson this afternoon, so I'll put that up on there, and you'll need to put a summary up of what you've read, and I will speak to you next week. No live lessons next week because we're all sort of coming back to school, aren't we? So very soon I shall see you all in the flesh. Very much looking forward to that. All right, Year 7, enjoy that. Any problems, give me an email.